Hey, how's it going, guys? This is your boy Chosen, and it's been a while since I've done a video like this. I think the last time I discussed anything about the future of Naruto games, we were in March? I don't remember. And honestly, I don't think it matters, but it definitely has been a while since I've done one of these relaxing videos where I can just talk and not have to edit. As you guys can clearly see, today we are discussing what I think next year's Naruto game is going to be. And right off the bat, I'm going to clear this up. Just because I say I think this game is going to come out does not mean it's going to happen. Obviously, I will be making some good points, but even then, nothing is guaranteed and I could be completely wrong. At the end of this video, I will give my final prediction because that's what this is, a prediction on what 2021's Naruto game is going to be. I think I want to start off with the Ninja Storm series. A lot of people in the anime gaming community actually want a Storm 5. That would have to obviously cover Boruto's story up until a certain point in the anime. And it is an honor of mine to say to you guys, this is never going to happen. For the people that want another Storm game, you guys have to understand Storm ain't all about multiplayer. The story mode is a big part of the series, and that story mode is taken from the Naruto and Naruto Shippuden anime/manga. CC2 has never included their own significant plot into their games. Maybe the fight scenes switched up a bit because they don't want to copy exactly how the anime looks, but at the end of the day, it all revolves around how the story of Naruto was told by the anime and the manga. Even if the final fight between Naruto and Sasuke was different in game, it still concluded with them clashing at the end and losing their arms. Nothing was really different. My point is, for those who want a Storm 5, quote unquote Storm 5, it's not possible, because there's no story to tell. The Boruto anime isn't even close to being caught up with the manga, and if I'm not mistaken, they've only reached up to somewhere in between chapter 14 to 16. Sure, there are over 150 episodes, but even then, there's only 14 to 60 chapters worth of the actual storyline. It's not even close to being done. And with that being the case, there's no point of them making a multiplayer exclusive Storm game. Literally, every version of all impactful Naruto characters are in Storm 4. There's literally nothing they can do to add in new fresh content that generally makes Storm 5 feel like a different game compared to Storm 4. Now don't get me wrong, the Storm series in general was fun. Storm 2 is one of, if not, my favorite Naruto game of all time. I just don't see a reason as to why they would need to make a Storm 5 when there's no lengthy story to tell, and let's be honest, there's 6 total Naruto Storm games. I think enough's enough, and it's definitely time to try out other things instead of constant repetitive arena fighters. Now with the obvious out of the way, I want to discuss the game that made my channel what it was, Shinobi Striker. This one is a bit more harder to predict than the Storm series, but even then I still have a pretty good idea on the thoughts of a sequel. My answer to if next year's Naruto to Boruto game will be a Shinobi Striker sequel is no. Next year's game is most likely not going to be a sequel, but that does not mean I don't think it's never going to happen. If you are a longtime follower of the channel, you by now should know the current status of Soleil, the devs behind Shinobi Striker. They are currently focused on Samurai Jack, the new single-player experience, which I believe is to take place this summer, and Demon Slayer, a mobile game which is set to take place in 2021. Soleil has a total number of 88 hard-working employees. I should also mention with these two games, they also still have a small team on Strikers, constantly changing the game modes, adding and switching items at Tenten Shop. They are without a doubt a hard-working, very busy team. Because of this, it is unfortunate, but I don't think next year's Naruto game is going to be a Shinobi Striker sequel, because they just don't have the time or the people. Say what you want about Samurai Jack, but it was the shit back in the day, and the game honestly looks good. If you're interested for gameplay preview, homie Black Sage uploaded some on his channel, so the link to that video will be in the description. Now, like I said earlier, this does not mean I don't think we will never get a Shinobi Striker sequel. It could very well still happen sometime in the future, because remember, like I said about the Storm series, Boruto's story hasn't progressed enough in the anime, and knowing that, I wouldn't be surprised if we were to get more multiplayer exclusive games like Shinobi Striker for the next couple of years. Maybe Soleil is in the development stages of the next Shinobi Striker game right now, set to release in 2022 or 2023. Who knows? Now this one is the one I think most people are excited about the most, and that is a Naruto fighters, quote unquote fighters. And right off the bat, if I were to look at all the facts and hints between another Storm game, a Shinobi Striker sequel, and a Naruto Fighters is no question the game that is more likely to come out next year than the other two. Arc Systems has already released 2 games in the beginning of the year, if I'm not mistaken, and their next upcoming game is Guilty Gear, which got postponed to a later on date. Could even be early 2021 from what I read. I also did some additional research and looked into other games they developed and when they also came out. In 2017, Arc System released 4 games. 2018, they released 2, one being the release of Dragon Ball FighterZ. Another 2 got released in 2019, and now in 2020, well, depending on Guilty Gear, they will potentially be releasing 3. So it's no question that Arc System has the time, resources, and employees to be able to make a 2D fighter Naruto game despite working on so many other ones. Now this of course isn't my only point for why I think a Naruto FighterZ could be our game of 2021. Now I don't remember who told me this, I wish I did, but Bandai apparently after the Storm series wanted to look into making more multiplayer exclusive Naruto games. And honestly, I think that's what they were hoping for with Naruto Shinobi Striker. But I just don't think Bandai had enough faith in the success of the game and didn't see the potential that us fans saw when playing it, which is a shame, but it is what it is. And with the success Dragon Ball FighterZ had, it's no question that if Bandai does want a long-lasting multiplayer Naruto game, it probably is going to have to be a Naruto fighter. It just makes the most sense. Like, think of Dragon Ball X Universe 2. How long that game lasted. That is what I think Bandai is trying to aim towards when it comes to Naruto games. And it just makes the most sense for them to let Arc Systems have a go at it. They've made a One Piece game, they made a Dragon Ball game, and now, at a time where I think the future of Naruto games are starting to become a bit worrisome, it wouldn't hurt. Actually, it would benefit everyone, in my opinion, if they went with this route. And believe it or not, there's actually a 4th option, and that option is other platforms. Before making this video, I watched a YouTuber that goes by the name of Globeku. You all definitely know of him, and he made a video giving his input on why he thinks Naruto Shinobi Striker could be the last Naruto game. And he makes some good points, which really got me thinking. What if it actually is going to be a while until we receive a new Naruto console game? What if next year's game is, I don't know, on the Nintendo Switch, and the year after it's a mobile game, and then 2 years after for the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, they finally released that Naruto console game. The possibility of what I just said, us not getting a new Naruto console game until 2023 or 2024, it might actually happen. Now granted, I think this is a small chance. I think Bandai at this point would rather have Soleil release a sequel to Strikers or release that Naruto FighterZ game than just doing nothing, but who knows? Oh, very important thing to mention is that Bandai a couple months ago trademarked a game called Battle Alliance. This can literally be any anime game. What I will say is that Naruto is big on teamwork. That was established early on in the show and was one of the biggest concepts when it came to Shinobi Striker. Again, any anime game, but imagine Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker 2 Battle Alliance. This idea was given to me by my boy Leskinen. That Naruto FighterZ game developed by Arc System could be called Naruto to Boruto Battle Alliance, or it could just be a whole new Naruto game we couldn't even think of. Alright, I think this video is long enough. I did ramble on a bit, but I am curious as to what you guys think. In conclusion, it could be anything. Literally anything. But if I had to name a title for you guys, take an educated guess, yes, I do think Naruto FighterZ is the game we could be seeing in 2021. That or the trademark title Battle Alliance. If you made it all the way until the end, I do appreciate it, and I'd appreciate it more if you could further show your support by hitting that like button. For more Naruto discussions and gameplays, hit that subscribe button. This has been your boy Chosen, and I'll catch you on the next one.